Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson on rebuilding America's infrastructure. It was a write up in the Washington Informer, volume 51, number 21, March 3rd through the 9th, 2016, write up on this topic. I read the whole article. Give my critique, if you will, of rebuilding America's infrastructure. What a goddamn joke. I told you in previous videos, you must be an economic cutthroat. Jesse. The woes of white supremacy, the woes of Flint, Michigan, the woes of mass incarceration, the woes. In order for people to be super rich, other people have to suffer. Now, you're going to have to figure out what piece are you on a chessboard of life? You're going to get checkmated. You're going to be the rook. You're going to be the pawn. You're going to be the queen. You're going to be the king. Blah, blah, blah. The guard, what have you. Talk about dilapidated schools. He talked the good in that column. He talked a good game. But you know that's not going to happen. We've been screaming about this damn near 50 years in the game. Or probably even more than that. That Flint, Michigan situation, they done that purposely. They wanted those people to suffer. They probably want them out there because they got their eyes on that prime real estate. You know, as soon as they get the underlings out, they come in there with the wrecking ball and regentrificate and make it anew. See, this is what they done at every housing project practically in D.C. and abroad when the crack epidemic was prevalent. And when 30 years passed, Mary Williams and Mr. Finney came in, bow tie and the crew, and, you know, put their stake and claim in, putting the nationals and all kinds of endorsements given to outside developers and contractors to rebuild Washington, D.C. And they done it, you know, it's not only Washington, D.C. They've been doing this for quite a while now, regentrificating, you know. But Mr. Jesse Jackson, come on, man. This thing is well overdue. People don't know what it is. The powers that be, the wicked men, the men in black are telling you, we don't give a fuck. You suffer. This don't got nothing to do with a Negro or Anglo, because they don't give a fuck about either one. Oh, yeah. So it ain't about no racism shit, because they created racism. And the ones that's mentally undeveloped in the mind, they follow that goddamn oath. And, you know, it's ignorance. Because at the end of the day, they don't care for either side, because you're not on their level. But the blind sheep can't see. Talk about how they spend more money on making jails instead of building schools and clinics and all. Okay, we know this. But ask yourself a question, Mr. Jesse. Why are they doing that? Because they want people to commit crime. They want to amass incarceration. Don't you know that's the new slave trade? That's the new Middle Passage, Jesse Jackson? Yes. Mass incarceration, lockup. They will continue to flood the inner cities with drugs and various substance abuse chemicals and products. Yes, K2, Walking Dead, zombie drug, and Molly's, Quaaludes, uppers, downers, and dabs, and crack, weed, liquid weed in the eye, all the drugs known to man. They don't give a hell, cause it's population control. This world, in these people's minds, the masses must not become they try to play God. That's basically what they doing. So they jails, guns, drugs, savages, thoughts, and more cemeteries, and more deaths, and more organ donors. And someone still is getting paid big time off of that. Again, economic cutthroats. This is how this place was won. This is how America was won. How the West was won. So, rebuilding America's infrastructure. And I'm a tradesman by nature. I talked to a few guys on the street. They have a misconception. I just listen to them. They brothers, just like me. African Americans. Sitting at the bus stop. What black men do sometimes. Not the stereotype. Everyone got their little drink. 24 liquor, smokes, and we kicking the politics. And it comes. This comes to fruition again. These guys keep screaming about the Spanish man is taking. No, bro. No. The Spanish man's not taking our jobs, man. We always want to point the finger, black men, at other folks and other ethnicities for our struggle. A message to a message to black men. Pointing the finger. Well, what the fuck that's gonna get you? You can point the finger all day and night. You can blame white supremacy. You can blame your black woman. But if you don't get off your black ass and do nothing about it, you can be sitting in a pity pot. It kills me when brothers say that simply because soon as you get a fat to death chick, soon as you get a nice whip, soon as you get a nice paying job, guess who's robbing you? The black man. Guess who's trying to fuck your woman? The black man. Guess who's trying to sabotage your growth? The black man. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of in-house, like I've been saying in my other videos, we got to do. The jealousy. It's like one of my folks got robbed. Guess who robbed her? A black young man. Yeah. Y'all gotta understand. Sometimes the problem is not the other race. Sometimes the problem is the individual and us. Okay? We can't hash out our differences as black men come to the table of economic cutthroats and make us so credible and considerable lot of money and have our ducks in order. Just fucking forget it. It's just continue to blame white supremacy, the crutch. Continue to blame the Latin man. Continue to blame the Oriental. I can't. Let me pronounce that shit right. That's the Chinese man. Keep blaming him. Blame them. I hope you become successful off of blaming other ethnicities than yourself. You want to keep blaming somebody. It's yourself. It kills me when we do that. When we do that, unemployment. Unemployment. Okay. You got Black Lives Matter. You have the Congressional Black Caucus. Okay. And various other activist groups, what have you. If you know it's no jobs, why ain't we out protesting for jobs? That's the justice. Economic justice is justice. See, that's the justice. If a man can survive and take care of his family, that's justice in America. If a man is living below the poverty level and can't make shit and can't even make money for himself, it's the time he get the money, and then we got these brothers caught up in the courts getting their checks snatched. Child support taking a cut. Courthouse hitting the gavel over their head. And the jobs they work is goddamn the peanut gallery jobs of life. The meaning they ain't paying enough, so they just working just to pay the courts and child support. But they ain't working for themselves. They're not enjoying themselves. So this is why you have your crime rate. This is why I tell younger people, young adults, you pay the cars to be the boss. You want to jump in them cheeks, you better be prepared to take care of a baby 9 months down the road and have responsibilities. You know, anyone can stick it in and get it in, but at the end, can you take care of the sibling? Okay, so y'all need to take that in consideration. This is why we have a lot of problems. But Jesse, whoa, Jesse. Rebuilding American infrastructure. No, we need to be rebuilding the family infrastructure for all races and colors and creeds. We need to be rebuilding the marriage institution. That's what we need to be rebuilding. We need to be rebuilding the church institution instead of y'all bojangling WB minstrels that's doing the chicken and the moonwalk and doing backflips in the church and being swindlers and making the church a fashion show and a showtime at Apollo. Come on, man. Come on. The buffoonery is just outlandish. It's just stupid. That's what we need to be rebuilding. We need to be rebuilding the psychics of men and women. We need to be rebuilding father relationship to young man child relationship. That's what we need to be rebuilding. We need to be rebuilding women relationship with young woman relationship. You know what I'm saying? We need a mother, father in the home versus the father and the mother in the home. So the children can grow up right. You know, and then you have a lot of this we need to be rebuilding these relationships with the heterosexuals and the homosexuals. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a serious thing about this. There's a lot of people don't talk about this, but it's discrimination in that field. You know, the heterosexuals won't hire the homosexuals, and the homosexuals won't hire the heterosexuals because they want their own. So who you think? As a heterosexual man, if I don't, and I got a homosexual boss, and he feel as though his sexual deviance, I have to be like him in order for me to get hired. Who you think he gonna hire? He gonna hire the one that's like him, not me. He gonna give me some old, how would I say it? Some backhanded alley tactics. This is why that's what's going on. They hire their own. Okay, you got a lot of that going on. People don't talk about it though. So almost like a taboo, but that's going on too. So all those things we got to rebuild. I don't have nothing against them so long as they stay in their lane. I'm a heterosexual man. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, bro. That's it. And we be okay. You cross that lane, then it's gonna be some goddamn problems. But other than that, man, Jesse, come on, bro. You gotta get it together, man. Rebuilding the American infrastructure. This place is on a crash course. Like you said, I believe that's almost at the end of the column. or the write-up. Talk about climate change. Talk about various stuff. Talk about the engineering, the redistribution of pipes, and the various things that come with engineering, buildings, schools, tenements, so forth and so on. Man, you talking a drain. You talking about $1 trillion surplus. It's a drain. Snap out the drain. Like I said, in order for people to be super rich, some people got to suffer. And you got to figure what piece you on the chessboard. And that's about it. You know, it's a dirty game. People are wicked out here, but you got to be a cutthroat. If you don't want it, you just ain't gonna get it. And that's about it. Y'all can say all the speeches, y'all can cry, y'all can whine, y'all can get your picket signs, but the powers that be that look at us as slaves, that's what they do. And they're gonna continue to address you, continue to look at you, attend. They're gonna keep doing it. Because that's all you is to them, a slave. You are a slave. And so long as they can keep you as a slave, they don't have to worry about you. Mentally, slave, a mental slave, an economic slave, not an economic cutthroat. That's why I always say you have to be a cutthroat to understand these things. And that rebuilding the American infrastructure, I don't see that happening. Because, I'm talking serious mathematics here. Really not no serious mathematics, it's just basic mathematics. If everyone was rich, no one wouldn't survive. Because they go bankrupt. Because everyone is rich. I just talked about the mass incarceration. What you think that's about? Mass incarceration, that's money. That's a lot of money. It generates a lot of money. So it has to be a criminal element. Because ain't that crazy? That's crazy to give and take for money. It has to be savages because it's a give and take of money. It has to be engineers, construction workers, lawyers, doctors, what have you, con men, businessmen, the goods and the bad and the good. All this is the way the game is played. And it must be neighborhoods that get destroyed, get rebuilt, then they destroy them again, then they rebuild them again. It's crazy. But I'm just one black man in a big old American system, just one brother. Just add my 2 cents to the game. And Jesse, all that woe is me, bruh, you gonna keep woeing. I don't see this country being rebuilt entirely like that. That is a dream. You talk about mass transportation, state of the art, blah, 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 blah. Sounds good. But it's only be a faithful few that live that way. Because everyone can't live that way. Sorry to say, that's the way this thing's designed. So, hope y'all enjoy this, got something from it. Like I said, this is about rebuilding the infrastructure in America. It's a column wrote up. Jesse Jackson was talking about this subject. When I first started this video, these are two of the ones that's just, they missed the first part of this. If y'all in the middle part or just coming to this video, feel free to fast forward it back. And I gave the issue and everything where you can find is that if you're in the DMV area, or look it up on the internet, and you'll see the column, what I'm talking about. And that's about it.